Have you ever tried to change a habit, only to find yourself back where you started a few weeks later? What if I told you the problem isn't you, it's your system? What if making a 1% improvement every day could completely transform your life in a year? Stick around, because we're diving deep into a book that promises just that. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're exploring the game-changing ideas from James Clear's incredible book, Atomic Habits. This isn't just another self-help book. It's a practical guide that breaks down the science of habit formation into simple, actionable steps. Clear argues that we don't rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems. So, if you want better results, forget about setting big, lofty goals for a moment. Instead, let's focus on building better systems. The core idea is the power of atomic habits. These are tiny, minuscule changes, like 1% improvements, that seem insignificant on their own. But, just like atoms build up to form molecules, these tiny habits compound over time to create remarkable results. Imagine if you got just 1% better each day for a year. You'd end up 37 times better by the time you're done. Conversely, if you get 1% worse each day, you'll decline nearly down to zero. This principle of aggregation of marginal gains is the secret sauce. It's not about one giant leap, but about 1,000 tiny steps. So, how do we build these powerful systems? Clear introduces a simple 4-step framework: cue, craving, response, and reward. Every habit you have, good or bad, follows this loop. The cue triggers your brain to initiate a behavior. The craving is the motivational force behind it. The response is the actual habit you perform. And the reward satisfies the craving, teaching your brain that the loop is worth remembering for the future. To build good habits, we need to make them obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. These are the 4 laws of behavior change. Let's break each one down. First, make it obvious. Your environment is the invisible hand that shapes your behavior. To make a new habit obvious, you can use strategies like habit stacking. This means pairing a new habit with one you already do. For example, after I pour my morning cup of coffee, I will meditate for 1 minute. The existing habit pouring coffee becomes the cue for the new one. Another technique is to design your environment for success. Want to read more? Place a book on your pillow. Want to eat healthier? Put fruit and vegetables at eye level in your fridge and hide the junk food. The more obvious the cue, the more likely you are to start the habit. Second, make it attractive. The more appealing a habit is, the more likely you are to stick with it. One powerful way to do this is through temptation bundling. This is where you pair an action you want to do with an action you need to do. For example, you can say, I will only watch my favorite Netflix show while I'm on the treadmill. Start to associate the difficult habit of exercising with the pleasurable experience of watching your show. You can also join a culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior. If you want to get fit, surround yourself with fit people. Their energy and habits will naturally rub off on you, making the behaviors seem more attractive. Third, make it easy. This is perhaps the most critical law. We are naturally wired to follow the path of least resistance. 2. The more friction there is associated with a habit, the less likely we are to do it. The key here is to reduce the number of steps between you and the good habit. If you want to go to the gym in the morning, lay out your workout clothes the night before. If you want to drink more water, keep a water bottle on your desk at all times. And for new habits, James Clear introduces the 2-minute rule. When you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Read before bed becomes read 1 page. Do 30 minutes of yoga becomes take out my yoga mat. The idea is to master the art of showing up. Once you've established the habit of starting, you can gradually increase the duration. And finally, the 4th law, make it satisfying. For a habit to stick, we need to feel successful. The human brain prioritizes immediate rewards over delayed ones. Good habits often have a delayed return. You work out today, but you won't see results for months. Bad habits, on the other hand, often have immediate rewards. 2. Overcome this, we need to find a way to bring an immediate reward to our good habits. A great way to do this is with a habit tracker. Every time you complete your habit, put a big X on a calendar. This simple act of marking your progress is visually satisfying and creates a positive feedback loop. It shows you that you're making progress, which is incredibly motivating. The goal is to not break the chain. Even if you miss a day, the rule is to never miss twice. Now, what about breaking bad habits? We simply invert the 4 laws. To break a bad habit, you need to make it invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. To make it invisible, reduce your exposure to the cues that trigger it. If you waste too much time on your phone, leave it in another room for a few hours. If you snack on junk food, don't keep it in the house. You can't crave what you don't see. To make it unattractive, reframe your mindset. Highlight the benefits of avoiding the bad habit. Instead of thinking, I'm giving up my favorite snack, think I'm becoming healthier and more energetic. Focus on what you gain, not what you lose. To make it difficult, increase the friction. Add more steps between you and the bad habit. If you want to watch less TV, unplug it after each use and put the remote in a drawer in another room. The extra effort required will often be enough to stop you. And to make it unsatisfying, create an immediate consequence. An accountability partner is great for this. Tell a friend about your goal and have a small penalty if you fail to stick to it. For instance, if you skip a workout, you have to pay your friend a small amount of money. This makes the cost of your bad habit immediate and painful. One of the most profound ideas in the book is the connection between habits and identity. Clear says that true behavior change is identity change. The goal isn't just to read a book, but to become a reader. It's not just to run a marathon, but to become a runner. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. When you make your bed, you cast a vote for being an organized person. When you go to the gym, you cast a vote for being a healthy person. These small habits reinforce your desired identity. So instead of focusing on the outcome, focus on who you want to become. Ask yourself, what would a healthy person do? What would a productive person do? And then let your actions be guided by that identity. So, to summarize, Atomic Habits is a powerful manual for personal transformation. It teaches us that small, consistent actions, when compounded, lead to extraordinary results. By following the 4 laws of behavior, change make it obvious. Attractive, easy, and satisfying, we can build systems that help us become the person we want to be. Start small, with the 2-minute rule. Track your progress to stay motivated. And remember, every single day, you have a chance to cast a vote for your future self. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about getting 1% better every single day. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore these life-changing ideas. I hope this summary has inspired you to pick up Atomic Habits and start building your own system for success. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into transformative books. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What S1 Atomic Habit you going to start today? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.